How's everybody doing? This is Benjamin Diath, Foldngst8n, in association with CardRunners. We're going to be focusing on hand history review at 510 and 1020. As you'll see by my results here, if we look over on the far right, I'm in the midst of a little downswing. I decided to show my inner workings and a little bit of myself as I struggle with my game. I've found it really disillusioning to go through a downswing in the last few days. I've been working really hard on my poker this year. For those of you that don't know me, I play generally 1-2 through 5-10, but I've noticed a few good spots in the 10-20 games. I bounced around a whole number of sites pre-Black Friday, and I lost a six-figure sum during Black Friday on Absolute Poker. And last year was probably the worst year of my career. This year I've dedicated myself. I'm roughly on target for Supernova Elite with PokerStars. I'm liking the PokerStars games. I'm trusting them with their software and everything. And yeah, having worked my bum off in my own mind, I'm, as I say, at the most frustrated point for myself for the year. I've set a goal of making $30,000 a month. We've got, if we look up on the top left, 230,000 hands. So about 10 cents a hand in rakeback. That's worth 23. And then we're down to 54 profit for the year. So that puts us at a shade below 80, and I'd hope to be at 120 by this stage of the year. So I'm significantly behind where I wanted to be, and I think I'm on about a 15k downswing right now. I'll get into some hand history review. You'll see my yearly played stats there. I have blocked out my precise mechanical stats. I apologize for that, but I do have to be aware that the video content is watched by a large percentage of my direct playing field, so I do need to keep some privacy in my exact c-betting percentages, folding to c-bets and whatnot. So we can see that at 10-20 I've lost significantly, but it is a tiny sample. At 5-10 I'm a marginal loser, or when we add in rakeback, turning a tiny profit. And at 3-6, 2-4 and 1-2 I am winning. So I feel the problem area starts with my 5-10 and my 10-20 play. Perhaps I shouldn't be in the games at all. Perhaps it is matters out of my control. As I say, this is the first time I've really sat down to review it since the downswing has hit. So I'm going to start filtering through the hands. I'll pause the material as I come across good ones that I want to share with you guys. The first spot I've found about it, something I don't like, is a king-king hand. We can see the opponent's hand. He is a solid reg. This game itself is a little bit marginal, but that's another consideration as I review why the downswing has occurred. Perhaps game selection has been suboptimal. What I dislike here is my flop play. You're going to see me opt for a flat call. I guess we can discuss that briefly now. Reasons for flat calling. This hand is pretty marginal, all things considered, and you're going to be out of position, and it is a king-high flush in a top set draw. Therefore you can handle three-way action a little bit easier than some other hands can, and you're just going to get owned. Even though it's an under the gun raising range, you're going to get owned by competent players when you go ahead and bloat the pot. It does go three-way, and with that in mind, I think Paulie's c-betting range is actually going to be pretty strong, and we've got a third wheel in the hand. I do go ahead and check, and this is what I dislike. On a board like this, which, let's be honest, it's actually pretty wet, and it is three-way, I don't think Paulie is going to c-bet air and I think Kronike is just going to check to the aggressor given that he's come in as the third player. So me not leading here is a pretty big mistake in my mind upon review, because there's plenty of hands both in their under the gun raising range and their big blind calling range. 7, 9, 10, crappy diamonds are the two that come to mind. There's plenty of hands that will call a bet but will not make a bet, and this hand is super vulnerable, as I say, because of the presence of the crappy diamonds and many straight draws.